Right, let's see what happens on the 21st of May, and very importantly, on my first ground attack at Attu. I outnumbered them 3-1. They've been disrupted. It should be okay. Okay, so landing, I lost a fair few troops. Okay. About 5 squads worth. Which is acceptable given that I need to take Attu quickly. Ideally, I'd like to have it by tomorrow. Ooh, USS Nautilus. It laid mines and it fired an Usugumo. Not bad. That's what you get with aggressive sub-skippers. So landing more troops, and they'll all feed into the attack. Okay. 3 more squads destroyed. And one of the benefits of attacking quickly, more quickly than I think he's expecting, is that if it does fall... Okay, he's missed. If it does fall, I'll kill those planes on the ground, which will be very, very helpful. Oh, Betty's. Okay. They'll probably get some hits with these light cruisers and heavy cruisers being tied to the to their transports. Okay, but they really should be going for the transports. They'd be much easier kills. Okay. No joy so far. Okay. So they came in severe storms. They all launched their torpedoes, and they lost one of their number to a flak. Wow, the Emilys as well. Okay. That's an alpha strike if I ever saw it. Oh, good. They did a good hit. But the belt armor saved me. Okay. Lots and lots of nice recon. So that'll help future strikes of mine achieve their goal. More Jakes coming in to attack my shipping. Fine. Hit the heavy cruiser all you want. Your 250 kilogram bombs will bounce off. You need 500 to 800 kilograms to... Well, you need 500 or more to get through a heavy cruiser's armor. Oh, the Chirikov sank. But I managed to rescue 195 men from the force that it was carrying. So that troop transport was damaged from the coastal defense guns. Okay, they're bombarding. Yeah, they really don't have enough. They have 2 infantry units and 1 weak tank unit. I might take it today. I think it's looking very good for tomorrow though. Yeah, 3-1. And I've got to imagine they've got quite a bit of disruption. Okay, let's see. Deliberate attack. Fourth separate regiment bombarding, losing a few points there. Nothing too drastic. 53rd. Okay, losing 2 or 3 points of AV in the bombardment. 13th Canadian from 86 to 83. Okay. And the Japanese look like the only unit that still has combat power is the detachment from the tank regiment. That doesn't look good for them at all. Okay. Taking some significant losses to the Combat Engineer Regiment. Okay. And the Combat Engineer Battalion halved. 4th Separate Infantry from 54 to 53. Okay. But that tank regiment is now zeroed out. So I really shouldn't take much in terms of additional losses. 13th Canadian from 78 to 75. And then the Japanese are showing 0 in everything. 5 to 1. They're done. And Attu is mine. The I-175 submarine is scuttled to avoid capture, and I destroyed 10 roofs, and I destroyed 6 jakes. That is a good day. So, five squads destroyed, 10 non-combat destroyed, 85 engineers, 113 guns and 27 vehicles. And my losses were relatively minor, all things considered. Okay, great. And very importantly, I now have a level 3 airfield, which is lovely. And now I have 4 bases from which to shuffle bombers and fighters and whatnot around. Great. So I should have almost 400 points now. Let's see, what are we looking at? Okay, 387 to 186, so 2 to 1. 28 planes destroyed on the ground. Wow. 24 roofs destroyed on the ground. That is a catastrophe, really, for them. And the Jakes destroyed again on the ground. And then the Bettys took 3 losses. Okay. So Japanese losses in planes now exceed my losses. Okay. 37 Allied Army loss points for 130 Japanese. Okay. And still just the 4 ships sunk. The 2 destroyer mine layers. The armed merchant cruiser sunk by the submarine. And then the Chirikov sunk by the coastal defense guns. Okay. And then the Japanese now, according to this, they've lost 4 full fleet submarines, 3 destroyers, 2 light cruisers, and 5 midget subs. Now, that really must mean 6 midget subs, because I can't believe a damaged midget sub got from Attu back to Paramushiro Jima. Okay, excellent. Right, so 9,000 more troops there. Port, airfield, etc. all, significantly damaged, but very much reparable. And the nice thing is that these troops now can rest up. Okay, these guys are defending because you don't want to be launching attacks with troops who are at less than 50% combat power. So these guys now should just defend. The engineer battalion can defend because there's very few of them. So even though they're 72%, they should defend. These guys, 28% readiness. Defending. These guys 44% defend, and then these guys 61%. Yeah, they can do a deliberate attack, and these guys 72%. They can do a deliberate attack also. Right, now Lots of ships in port there. Sigint. A Japanese destroyer is moving to Paramushiro Jima. Fair enough. Ops reports. Okay, I laid the minefield. Yeah, and that's it then. And the combat reports. So let's just see. God, that's a lot of units to lose. Wow. No units destroyed though. So there's still a lot there to kill. Okay, so let's have a look here. Airfield, that airfield is workable. And how many aviation support do I have? Not a heck of a lot. But what I can do is move fighters from here, yeah, to there, and just set it up that yeah, I've got a bit of fighter cover for that, because what I want to avoid, or what he should try and do now, is either land the independent mixed brigade and counter invade, which would only give him 1-to-1, so that's not really ideal. Or he could settle for losing but limiting the extent of his loss by using Emily's to pick up a lot of these troops that are marooned here. Now what I can do to avoid that is I can put fighters there. So I am going to put a selection of fighters there. They don't need to be really great. But I do need to put something there. Okay. So, Attu, P40s, then Kitty Hawks. Just spread the losses through my formation, you know. Some P40s, some F4F Wildcats, some Kitty Hawks, possibly even some P38s, although I think what I'll do with them now is put them back to Adak to provide support there. Keep 16 Kitty Hawks here at a minimum. Okay. I just don't have enough aviation support, really. That's kind of my problem. My kingdom for more aviation support. Okay, so I can take the AVDs and I can, yeah, that's okay. I can move them to Attu, return to Attu, and auto disband. And you're going to do the direct coastal absolute routing. And your speed is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll be there by tomorrow. And you're going to auto disband when you get there. And when you auto disband, you will give 18 aviation support here, which will enable at least some of those fighters to take off and do whatever fighting they need to do. Now, 1 VC21, you are also going to Attu. Right. Now, the light cruisers are going to remain there to provide whatever cover it is they can. Yeah, that's right for now. Then this submarine, S30, I would like you, let me see. You're probably going to want a range of about 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So somewhere in around about here would be a good location for that sub to be close to his carriers. And now the Nautilus. Yeah, you need to make it back to Adak and do your refuel and re-provisionment there. Okay. And then these guys. Do they need to stay there? Probably not. So now, yeah, that's okay. So now if I pull those guys out, okay, and they can start dumping what's left of these guys back in Kiska, okay, and then Kiska will recuperate a little bit in terms of their AV, okay, right, that sounds like a plan. And then these guys, they have max react 6, but they're going to make back for Kiska as well. Cancel unloading, return to Kiska. Okay. And then I need to figure out how to get supplies up there. So, load supplies. Let's dock. And yeah, I'm willing to risk LSTs and a destroyer minesweeper. Yeah. So you guys will bring the supplies, as will probably an APD. So let's get fast transport, APD. Oh. Can these guys carry supplies? Dock. Load supplies. No, they can't. Okay, well. Right. Let me see. Support. And put the AVDs in that and put them back. Okay. No fuel. That's okay. You guys won't need fuel where you're going. So you're going fully up there with a do not refuel. Direct coastal. And let's put you in at full speed. So you'll get there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll get there tonight and you'll disband. Okay. The LSTs will bring supplies. And the APAs, ooh, screw it. Let's take the risk. We'll run to Adak as quickly as they can. And then they will auto disband there. And they won't refuel because they don't need it. Right. And the battleships replenish from port. Okay. Replenish at sea. Ah, now they got their supplies there. Great. So these will be my kind of defense force here. These guys will pull back to Kiska. as will these guys. Well, I think they could actually... Oh, well, no, they want to unload, don't they? Yeah, so they'll pull back to Kiska. And then at Kiska, I have a reduced cap, but it's out of Betty range. So unless his bombers or unless KB really steams in, I'm okay. And then here, yeah, Narwhal. Okay, so we'll just leave you as you are. And then minimal refuel, and then you're continuing your little mine sweeping job. Okay. And in terms of supplies, you're quite low on supplies now, but that's okay. Kiska has more than enough and will soon be level 2. And then this is going to try and become level 3. Okay. I do want to get a little bit more in there. And now in terms of what I'm bringing in. This AK is bringing in nothing. It's going over to Dutch Harbor for supplies. Then these guys are bringing in 10,000 tons. Great. And do not refuel. And then these guys are bringing in fuel. 10,000 tons. Great. And then up here, God, these guys are loading very slowly. These guys are loading okay. These guys have loaded as much of the troops. They've loaded all the troops and now they're loading supply. So I actually would like these guys to return to Adak as expeditiously as possible and start unloading. These guys, these replenishment chips, I don't think I need to load more fuel. So let's get them to Adak and also disband. These guys will unload and then also disband, and they're going to go at absolute full speed. Okay. And then lastly, these guys. So they're out of dock. They're going to undock. And these guys are docked. Now these guys can then dock and then they'll bring more supply. Okay, great. So they've got another 16,000 they can bring of supply. And if they do that, that'll bring Adak into full supply. Okay. So my 2 least damaged units are going to continue deliberate attacking. And they'll just grind down what's left of the Japanese. These guys are going to focus now on repairing, upgrading. Yeah. And recuperating. So by the time they do that, there'll be a decent defensive force there. And then in terms of my patrol planes, I'm gonna stand these guys down. And these guys are going to transfer to Attu. And they are going to search like that. Great. So they're going to cover all the way to Paramushiro Jima. Right. Weather, partly cloudy and thunderstorms. So that's really it then. Now, in terms of KB, I have 108 fighters over Adak. If he's coming in, he'll come in with maybe 50 fighters. So that'll enable my forces to properly kick some ass. Okay. And the experience levels of my fighters is very good apart from the Kitty Hawks. Okay. That's it. Now, let's remind myself. Do I get anything else? I don't think I do. No. Oh, wow. 2 more destroyers. I'd forgotten about those. And that's that. Okay. So 46 engineers there, 92 here. So once I expand the airfield, that'll give me another, 5 points. Okay. And then here's the real crown jewel. And I have 100 engineers there, roughly. And then if I expand that in any way, I get again more points. So, okay. Now, let's really be nasty and just see. This is 17 hexes away. Will my bombers make it there? Yeah. Oh, wow. I can actually launch a port strike. Wow. That would really add insult to injury. Right, well that's enough. I've captured all 3 of the islands. Now I've got to set up for defense. He gets his carriers today, so as of tomorrow, there could be hell to pay with a carrier raid. 17 hexes away, so essentially he can park his carriers, here tomorrow. And that'll be problematic for me. Okay. So that's enough for today, and I hope you join me tomorrow to see what 1EyedJacks does with his carriers. Take care and see you then.